In pea plants, the allele for puffed pods is dominant. I'm going to go ahead and underline puffed pods. We know that it's dominant, which means that we're going to use a capital letter, so I'm going to label that. And the allele for pinch pods is recessive. Anything that's recessive is always going to have a lowercase letter. Two peas that are both heterozygous for pod shape are crossed. So I know that both of my parents are going to have the exact same genotype. Heterozygous means that they're going to have two different letters. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. Now the question is asking, what is the probability? Probability always is a percentage, and offspring from this cross will have pinched pods. Let's go ahead and fill in our key. Puffed, if we look right here, puffed is dominant, so we know we're going to use a capital letter. I'm going to go ahead and use the letter R here. It's going to be a capital letter. I'm not using P because P's look the same in their capital and lowercase form, so sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between the two. Pinch pods, according to my question, is going to be recessive, so I'm going to use a lowercase r. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill in my parents. Both of my parents, according to the question, are heterozygous, so I know they're going to be different. So I'm going to use in this case, a capital R, lowercase r, and then again a capital R, lowercase r. Now that I have my key and my parents filled in, I'm going to go ahead and fill in my Punnett square and make sure I have all the correct information. So I'm going to put one parent up at the top, big R, little r, another parent over at the side, big R, little r. I'm going to fill in the top two quadrants of my Punnett square, and then I'm going to let you guys do the rest. So remember, to fill in a Punnett square, whatever's on the left you're going to bring in, and whatever's on the top you're going to bring in. So I'm going to bring in a big R, big R. For this quadrant I'm going to do the same thing. Whatever's on the left I'm going to bring in. So in this case I'm going to bring in, whoops, here we go. I'm going to bring in this guy and I'm going to bring down this guy. So this is going to be big R, little r. Now remember that when we're looking at this, we also want to write down what the phenotype is in every single quadrant so we don't get confused. So if I'm big R, according to my key, it means I'm going to be puffed. So I'm going to write that down. And if I'm big R, little r again, this big R is too strong, so we're never going to see that little r, so this guy is still going to be puffed. Now, based on what I've just told you, use what you know to fill in the last two quadrants and then go ahead and answer the question that's listed right here, the last sentence of the word problem.